All right, guys, we are back at my parents' house. I have all of my tools set up behind me. I'm super excited because I'm going to take you on a DIY project building 2 end tables for my brother for his house. Good boy. Stay. Good boy. So if you aren't familiar or you haven't seen it, last year at the end of the year, I did a whole series called Flip This House where we transformed my brother's 100-year-old house that was probably updated like in the 70s. We made it bright and fun and fresh for him for his first house. And so that was an awesome project. I will link the playlist down in the description box below for you guys. One other project that I wanted to do for him for his house is building these end tables to match his coffee table and to match the aesthetic of like his kitchen, which leads into the living room. And so I'm super excited because today I'm going to take you on this DIY project. Alright guys, so there are 5 steps to building this project. I am going to leave down in the description box below for you guys all of the cut lists for the different measurements. That way you don't need to like pause this video or anything. If you want to build this project, just go down to the description box below after this video. You can find all of the measurements there. I'm going to lay it out for you guys so it's super easy for you. Let's go ahead and start step 1, which is cutting all the pieces out. So like I mentioned, the measurements will be in the description box below, but here I am using 2x3s to make my base, and for this project I will need to cut 4 legs at 24 inches, and then for the box frames I will be needing 4 pieces at 15 inches, 4 pieces at 9 inches, and 1 piece at 5 inches for a special extra thing that I'm adding to this table. And then for the topper and the shelf, I am going to use 1x3s, and I will need 5 cuts at 20 inches and 7 cuts at 11 inches. Alright guys, so we've got all of our wood pieces cut. You can see I've started to lay them all out here. If you look behind me, you can kind of see how it's going to look. I am making 2 tables for him, but everything in the description box below is going to be all the materials you need for 1. But I have all of 1 table kind of laid out on the ground for me. And then what I'm going to do next step 2 is taking our 𝐞𝐥𝐥 and drilling all our holes. So if you're not sure what this tool is, basically it's a pocket hole drill setup. You use the drill bit with your drill, and then you place the wood into it wherever you need a pocket hole, so it creates a hidden spot to where you can drill 2 boards together. Let's go to step 2 and drill a bunch of holes. So I am using the 𝐞𝐥𝐥 to assemble the boxes that the shelf and the topper will sit on, as well as incorporating a traditional form of screwing the boards together. But I do like to use the 𝐞𝐥𝐥 as often as I can, and this is what it looks like. Here's the pocket hole that it creates. It creates a hidden seam, that way you can join 2 pieces together. Alright guys, the sun is starting to set, so we need to finish up the next step. That way these are all ready for next week when the weather is a little bit warmer and I can go ahead and stain them. So we are going to step 3, which is assembling. I have already kind of laid everything out that I have. You can see right there, those are going to be the boxes that are going to have the shelves on it. And then over here we have all of our legs, and then at my feet we have the small shelves and then the large shelves. Whenever you are doing a wood project, it is always recommended to add some wood glue before you screw your project down. This gives it an added strength and hold to it. And here I am assembling our boxes that we are using for the bracers. So for the shelves, I will be directly screwing it from the top into the base, but I also wanted to add a layer of support with a pocket hole as well as a bead of glue through each board. And with my first outfit change of this project, this is a few days later, I am attaching the legs to the boxes, one box at the top, one box at the base. This will be where our shelves sit on. And all I'm doing here is using a drill bit and creating a pilot hole for each of the screws, then adding a layer of glue and then going back in with my wood screws, making sure to sink them in ever so slightly, that way I can fill them in with a sandable and stainable wood filler to hide them. Alright, so I didn't show it in the last one, but I'm going to show you in this one. This is kind of what the cube is looking like. Just a big structure. Then we have our topper, and we have our shelf, and those fit perfectly on there. We're going to add a bead of glue first so we can have the top stabilized, and then we'll screw it in place. I'm not really sure what happened to the clips of me attaching the top and shelf to the base, but you can just imagine it's the same steps as before, drilling a pilot hole first through the shelf and top, and then screwing it into the base, and then filling it in with a sandable and stainable wood filler. I did want to mention one thing that I added, and I added it right here, and it's another little bracing piece. It's just like, I think 5 inches, there's a 4-inch gap, and this is going to be on the back of both of the pieces because I'm adding an outlet to it, and I'm super excited. Let me put you guys back so you can see. So basically what's going to happen after I sand this and stain this, I will drill this into place, and so there will be mounted electricity on it. There's 2 plugs and then 2 USBs and a super long cord that my brother can tuck along behind his couch. That way he has plenty of plug-in space right on this end table so he can charge his phone, his headset, whatever he needs to charge. It's easily accessible right here, and he doesn't have to dig behind the couch. The next step we need to do, I think we're on step number 4. Pretty sure it's 4. Step 4 is sanding. So I have some sandpaper. I'm going to give it a nice little coat of sanding. That way everything's kind of smoothed out. And then we can go to step 5, which is staining. And then our project is done, guys. I'm so excited to see this final result. Alright, bear in mind the sun. The stain we are using is also from Minwax. It is a semi-transparent golden oak color. I already have gloves in my pocket ready for me so I don't get stain on my hands. And I'm just going to grab an old shop rag and we are going to stain this project. I moved it back outside because obviously you don't want to stain inside your garage if you can help it. You want well ventilation. And I put down a piece of cardboard, that way I don't get stain on my parents' driveway. Talk about a transformation already, guys. This is completely done now. I'm gonna let it dry. We are going to stain the other one, and they are looking so good. I know I should not be procrastinating and talking to you guys, and I should get to staining, but I just love the difference a simple stain makes. Alright guys, ignore the fact that I, yet again, changed my outfit, but I let these dry for a little bit and we are back to pick them up. I'm going to drill on the power cord to the back of it and we're going to go deliver it to my brother's house. I just love how these turned out in my brother's house and he was very excited to receive them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below what kind of building projects you want to see here on this channel in the future. I have a couple fun things already planned that I'm excited to share with you guys. If you're new to my channel, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button so you feel welcomed into this faithful home with me. I upload every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, so I'll check back with you next week for another video. Bye guys!